get ready before life happens. The podcast helping you navigate life's what ifs.
Welcome to Get Ready Before Life Happens. Today, I'm joined by Lalua, the Money Queen, author and podcast host. We're going to talk about digital financial literacy and inclusion. Lalua, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you for what you call inviting me. Thank you for reach out. It's an honor to be here, Tony, sitting with you.
Well, I appreciate you coming on. It's great. I think you're my first guest from Malaysia, so that's exciting. So,
thank you so much. Yeah.
Well, let's jump into it. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What is your origin story and how did it lead to you becoming the Money Queen?
Oh, it's funny because I think recently I was being interviewed also by one of the newspaper, which is Malaysian SME. And then the first question is the same question. So that story is really actually fresh with me. So if we go not that long time ago, I think in 2017 in January, it's all start there. When I was actually at that time I was attached full time with a university in Malaysia. So I did bring 12 students along with me to Seoul, Korea, South Korea, to Seoul, because we have a few, like we call global leadership program for 5 or 6 days. And I also have my academic conference there. So it's happened when the second night, I still remember fresh in my mind. Second night, we like to check in the hotel. I think it was the first night. We checked in already. And then we went out, and then when in the Seoul, the door is all like keywords, like put the keys digit, right?
Yeah.
And then we come back from a tour, and then we were locked out. So I was so worried.
Oh, no.
Is it because of my credit? Yeah, I was so worried. Is it because of my credit card is being declined? I know it's give me agitated because I bring another like 12 student with me and my son, to be honest. So and then that really like get me anxiety for the first time for a long time. So anxiety and mad, and I call my father up. I say, can you borrow me a money because I think there's something wrong. My accommodation is not, it's been locked out and why not. And then that's quite a hustle that night, a bit shame with my student, kind of thing. And then out of no reason, actually it's nothing. It's just they changed the password. But
Oh,
it's
geez.
actually a moment. It's actually they changed the password. They say, oh, sorry, we changed the password. This is a new password. But nevertheless, before they said that, I already like have this, feel angry to myself, shame. And I called my father and I asked to borrow money. And I don't know why that night my late father, my late papa, he come up with lots of like, where's your money goes? Where you do with your money? At that particular night, he's not like that. He's not like that by nature. He either just give it or no. But that time he's like mumble a little bit, nagging a little bit. So I was like, he's not being, and then it get me angry. I say, Pa, do you want to give it or not? Do you want to borrow me or not? Or you want to lend me or not? And then suddenly, then that's it. So that is a turning point. And it's a turning point for me. That is a moment when I think God want me to say, Lalua, you need to be more prudent with your money, whatnot. And then that's it. I go back to Malaysia, and my dad called me, sit down, and say, you cannot do this. God bless him. He passed away on that same year, actually, 2017. And then that's changed me, to be honest, Tony. It changed me as how I perceive money, and it changed all the way I look at money, the way we talk about money and whatnot. So that is 2017, and it's in, I think, towards end of January. Oh, no, I think it's February, early February, because I came back from my dad's birthday, 11 February 2017. So that it was the turnaround, yeah. So that's why the calling, what you call it, the calling. So I changed everything. I cut my credit card. Since then, there's no more credit card. But apparently I still paying for that credit card because we have this another thing that I would say it comes in the right time. We call it AKPK. It's like a credit management agency by the government, yeah, by the central bank, where they assist people like me at that time who have over access of credit card and personal loan. So they reshuffle, they reschedule, and they assist us. So I haven't yet finished, right, the tendency, but it actually helped. I mean, for me, for my financial peace, I would say. So yeah, so that is my story, Tony. Uh, People say, "Oh, you are not shying to tell this in news, even in the talk show in the morning in Malaysia, in the mainstream, I still talk about this. I say there's nothing to be ashamed because I think my story can be, it's not that shame. Everybody did mistakes, so do I. So I share the same story to everybody. So yeah, now it goes to state all over via Tony, your podcast.
Well, I
So
read
that's,
your. Oh, sorry.
yeah, sorry, you
Oh,
read?
I was gonna. I read your profile. It was great.
Yes. Yeah.
So
So that's a little bit story. Many of my friends say, "Oh, you don't shy to talk about this shame story about money, hutang, what we call debt." Yeah, in Malaysian, in Malay they call hutang. I say, um, it's a shy topic. This is something that stigma that I want to change to East people, not just Malaysian. Yeah, for East people, they like to hide all this problem. If
mhm.
you hide, no one knows. You won't get help. So I think that is another stigma that I think we need to change lah, especially to East people, who are more like to cover all the weaknesses. I think that is not, it's not supposed to happen lah. All right. So all this stigma that I need people to know there's nothing wrong doing some mistake, because end of the day it bring me to Money Queen. So yeah.
That's awesome. And I think what you're saying is so important that there's nothing to be ashamed about. We all make mistakes, but that was your first reaction. Is your first reaction was the emotional reaction. You didn't think like, well, do I have enough money in the bank? All those things. That was not the first thing you mentioned. And so that's, I think, a lesson for everybody. I know I've shared on the podcast, I ran into trouble with credit cards when I graduated from college. And,
Mm,
that took a little while to dig myself out from that. So it's something I think that we all go through where we have that
correct,
struggle. So,
correct, correct.
so one of the things you talk about, and I think this relates, is financial inclusion. So, why do you think that financial inclusion is important and why should we be talking about it?
Okay. Well, don't talk about financial first. We talk about inclusion first. Yeah. There's a lot of things that is not reach everybody. I think States is big country, correct? Tony is big
Yeah.
country, is more wider. I think your inclusions, outreach is much more difficult from us. Malaysia is a very tiny country geographically, and we only have like 32 millions populations here in Malaysia. It's quite it's quite small, uh, and our geographically also small, but apparently it's surprisingly there is so many people that have not heard of anything about, let's say, online bank or digital bank, that nowadays have lots of digital bank and whatnot. So I think those are the reason why I think don't talk about big country. All right, we are talking about Malaysia here, 32 million population only. Still, I think half of them, even the who don't have a bank account, also like numbered are quite. I was like, why? Why don't they save money? Why don't they open bank money and so not? Why not? So those are the thing where I still why. So I think is it because of the engagement is not reachable? Is it because of they don't really understand the terms or the products or even the services? do they don't actually know how to? So there's a lot of things. So for me, if you want a healthy community, okay, you need to involve everybody. All right, because uh, how can you have a very healthy community if you let people left out? So I think that there's a closure where I always start with, don't let any people left, don't let any people behind, everybody, we go together, because this is another thing that for me is important on what we call like community. Not community, for me is simple, we need to get everybody on board. All right.
Mhm.
So actually, I just go back to Malaysia, not recently, 2023. Yeah, I went back to Malaysia because one of the university asked me, because I am a fintech consultant before that in London. So, and then I said, okay, let me, and I got my PhD not in 2022. I mean, I completed. So I went back to Malaysia and call for a challenge. And that moment, actually, I said, okay, I want to give some back to my, to my people, to Malaysian, to Asian, to me, to be honest. So yeah, I went back. I decided to went back with, the pound sterling and ringgit Malaysia is not even make sense. So yeah, I went back to Malaysia and then have my humble life. I live in the means at that time with Malaysia ringgit. But the main reason why I went back is because I want to be with my people, understand what actually their problem, why they cannot, they are clever. For me, they are more smarter than I am. But I think I maybe I am a outspoken kind of person. So I think one Malaysian cannot be outspoken. You are much more smarter than me, so much smarter than most of what people think. So I think you need to go out and be, you know, knowing lots of things. So I want to bring together. I think if we speak out, if we know, if we reach out, that would be a good thing. Because at the moment also, people keep asking me like, oh, can you be a spokesperson for this micro lending or micro credit, I said, yeah, okay. We need women who are just starting a business. They have this micro credit product, but they don't have user. I say there's a lot of women that need help, but don't know that this product is available, let's say. All right.
Mhm.
So those are the things where I say, um, so this digital, even though I think most 70% of Malaysians are all have a handphone, all right, I would say. But how can it's not reach them? So there is something like missing in translation there. So I think they just skip what they want to know. So this is thing that we need to put in the layman term, the term that they understand, so it include them. So I think inclusion is important if you want a holistic wellness among the community, because the healthier community, I think it will create a very powerful nations. Am I right, Tony?
Oh, I agree with you completely. I think that it makes
Yeah.
it hard for a society if there are people left behind that we need to help everyone. I mean, if you look at it from an economic standpoint, is, separation of education and literacy and everything leads to a lot of problems. One, it's not fair. I mean, that's a basic thing. But I think, as you point out, is people didn't even have the opportunity to learn. And that's a whole different conversation. Is, we think, well, people should be learning how to invest, but at the same time, you have to back up because they may not know what a savings account is or how a savings account
Mm.
works. So you have to start with that very basic and include everybody. But as you also point out, we need to use terms that people use in everyday language. Is the financial world is full of just terms that nobody understands. Even, when I talk to people in different areas, it's like sometimes I don't understand what they're talking about. So using, like you point out, layman's terms um, is important. So, as we talk about that and you talk about fintech, how, one of the things is you're building a new platform. I know you just wrote about it, called it Building a Gamified Way to Learn About Money. Is what is that platform going to be about, and how's it going to help this issue?
Okay. So actually, it started with when my business partner, which is based in London, all right, they interested in, I would say, educational mobile game. So we did try to develop. We did actually successfully develop several mobile game, but then how to link it with people, and especially how I can link it to my network, right? So in Malaysia, I would say that I was known in the higher education, like university and colleges. They recognize me, they know me, and then in the higher education, in the secondary school, I would be say, I have the good connection with the Ministry of Educations kind of thing. So how to bring these apps, how do you think mobile game to them? So that is something that I really cannot relate to, because that is not something my niche. And then
Mhm.
when we are moving to the next project, I have the opportunity to propose to my partners. I was there in London in November, mid, because I have a speaking engagement there. So I was there, and then I have the opportunity to tell them that, what do you think about these apps? We call it, okay, I just spill a little bit in your talk show. It's called Maven. I'm not going to give you a full name, but we call it
Okay.
now Maven. So this Maven actually is one hub of all the financial or money story. Yeah. So in the Maven, I have a lots of things that I think we need, but it's too crowded now. So that's why we are actually on soon to be beta version. We have a My Money Journey, where you need to answer simple questions, and then you are being given a reward to watch a short video or short comic that is supposed to be in e-comic. So we have online course, we have comics, we have tools, tools that is from all the financial institution and also advocates. If you want to put it, we have the arrangement to include that. And we also have, I would say, game corner. I think this game corner is the one that will attract a wide range of persona from, from primary school, from I bet you call it elementary, high school, and whatnot. So we call it primary and secondary school. Then towards all the people like on my in my age, generation X, almost 50. So this game corner is specifically for people to interact, and we don't want to do a heavy game there. But if you want to play along with the heavy game, you can have it the hyperlink kind of thing. So these apps include all the chat box, which is focused on money story, money literacy.
Mhm.
You can ask, is this a scam or whatnot? So that is something that chat box that we are looking at, and this is what we call Maven. So it's more, to me, it's more on my, I would say, special area is my niche. So when people ask me about the apps, I can answer directly. Yeah. So it's a one hub where we gather a lot of things, not just comic, not just game, but also tools, and also we call My Money Journey is something that you can actually earn, being reward. And at the moment, we don't have this win something which is physical, maybe just the win is the currency on that apps. And then we want to have a people experience inside that, because I did ask a survey. I'll be starting ask, what do you want in the apps? So those are the things that I'm still like actually focusing. So now we are building it. My team are building it that. So we might have a close beta soon. And then we will go for it. I'm targeting around before the third quarter of the year, we can actually open to public. So, but in the same time, we are doing have this mini like online course. We are trying to do it in the website. It's much easier. So we already start gathering all the necessary material for that, to be put in the Maven. So yeah, that's a little bit gamified financial literacy apps that I dream of. I hope it can be realized. and it can be used in that's why my content director Jason, Jason Chin, he said that one thing good that this app can be cross border, everyone can use it, so that no need like, oh, because I'm in Malaysia I cannot reach out, no, so everything we'll try to do in this technology, because we cannot run from technology, right, Tony? Everything is technology. Even you we can sit here also via technology, something that we should embrace. I think the Gen X like me are very difficult to try to make it a habit for the technology, but we are trying our best to comprehend this. Yeah, the youngs is on in their hands, but yeah. So it's all about habit. So now we need to be habit and to be in online more, right, Tony?
Definitely, definitely. Well, and I've been involved with fintech a little bit too, and there's a lot that fintech can do. And as you talk about rewards and gamifying it in general, is again, that gets back to what you were talking about earlier, is that's how people are thinking about things. That's how they're used to
Yeah.
using their phones. I don't know about in Malaysia, but I know in the US, most people are doing games on their phones and things like that if
Yeah.
they're not checking social media. They're, that's it. It's playing games. So if you can put money into the way that people like to interact with their phone, then I think they are more likely to absorb it, which is what we want. So, before we start to wrap up, one of the things I did want to ask you about is just to get back to the underserved communities. Is how do you think a platform like yours or other digital platforms are going to be able to empower underserved communities?
Um, well, it's digital, and I think everybody, I think 67% Malaysian, we talk about Malaysian, have mobile phone. Okay, how they use the mobile phone is second things, but everybody have mobile phone. And since now it's more on unlimited data, not like 10 years ago when I was in the UK, we are actually wait for 9 p.m. to get this unlimited call, right?
Yeah,
Now
that's right.
call my mom's or call whatever, and then we have this free SMS only. I'm that from era. I think those who are with me, like born in late 70s to early 80s, we are in both era, right? So we have the best of both. So yeah, having that experience when you have something that, oh, if I only have this, if this digital we have 20 years ago, I think I'm not going to be me now, right? So that's a way of life. I think everybody are looking for that. So I think um how can we actually empower underserved community is just they have the device already. Am I right, Tony? All right.
Mhm.
Everybody have the device already, but not everybody wisely know how to fully utilize the device that they have. So I think one of the things that financial institutions and financial literacy advocates can do is might be try to give something which is easy for them to start with. Maybe my Maven is the best thing to start with. Not interesting enough, but not. I mean, that's what we're trying to do. That okay. Let's see what is the youngsters like to do. Okay, they like to read comic, so we do e-comic. Let's see what are the university student like to do. Oh, they like the money journey. Like excitement, adventurous in every pit stop. Okay, that is what university student like to do. What are the let's say what are the young adult like to do? They just started work, maybe they want some advice, which where they can put their money with 50 ringgit, which is just small because they just started work, so at least they can refer to the apps. So this is a way where we try to connect personalizations. All right, but as I said, we cannot satisfy everybody. So to underserved community, it might be another challenges for us, how they can read this digital in easiest way. They understand it. some people say, oh, put Malay language with it. I said, okay, we can do that. We can localization it. But how far that they will use it? So this is another things that we need to find a strategy. I think there is no concrete answer how, all right, that we can do that. But maybe one of the thing, make the app simple, make your product simple for them to understand. Localize it, one of the thing. Outreach is the most important. I did appear in our national TV when I just come back in 2023. I think it's in March. Just post the summit I have done, National Financial Wellbeing Summit. So when I was invited, I was told them that, I was so surprised. 3 months, I already back to Malaysia. I was so surprised. A lot of advocates reach out to me. Oh, I'm doing financial literacy advocates. I'm doing this. Yeah, that's same. I thought, oh, there's a lot actually who are really into this financial literacy advocates. Yeah, they want to give, empower what they have to community. But the thing is, they do it alone. This doctor or this trainer do it alone. These advocates do it alone. Why don't I say we gather all the financial literacy advocate, financial educator together and do it together? So the impact would be very more, I would say, bombastic, like Shaggy said, right? So
Mhm.
yeah, it's more together. If you gather together and you plan a strategy, okay, you go this East Coast, you go West Coast, you go this, and then we delegate the work. I think that is one of the, not the best way, one of the ways that we can reach the underserved faster. Don't you think? But I think the strategizing and the planning is important. You need to plan first, strategize, and execute. So because if everybody go to the same community, there's a lot of left out, and some also go alone and meet like 10 people. So why don't we gather together all the advocates and educator, and we come up with this? Many people say, why don't you why don't you come up with council or club? I say, oh, there's too many on my plate at the moment, but that's a good idea, because I think all these people, the objective is the same. Yeah, we want to see all the people to have, how should I say, same same chance to know what is actually in the now world, or what actually opportunity that they can grab for this, from this financial literacy. Yeah, from this finance or fintech as well. Oh, there's a such product. Oh, there's a digital bank. Even most of, okay, digital bank quite a challenges, because not everybody trusts digital bank. They say, oh, this is scam. I say, no, auntie, this is not scam. This is correct. Digital bank. So those are the thing where I think it's good to have a direct conversation with them. Bring the device that they have. They have the device, but they don't know how to utilize the device. So I think if you can come out togetherness, all these financial advocates and financial educators come together, and we reach out in the strategized way. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think that is something that I can think of this. I'm just a normal person. We don't have that resources. What we have is only the ourselves to give. So that is my how we can come up. So yeah. So I think that's one of the how should I say, one of the features, personalization, that I think some people say is important to be embedded in the uh in the digital device that we have. So that's a little bit of my opinion, Tony.
well, that's great. And I completely agree with you. And that's what I'm trying to do with this podcast is to bring
Mm.
together financial literacy advocates
Yes.
from around the world. And I have thought about like creating community. I don't know quite how that would work, but I think the other part that you said is localization is important. The basic concepts are the same when I've talked to people around the world is, there's savings, there's debt, those things, maybe budgeting. Some people think budgeting's a dirty word, but, or a bad word. But I think that conceptually things are the same, but there are things that are particular, like you said, even within different areas of Malaysia. And the United States is the same way. There's different areas where people think about money differently. So I love the concept and everything. So to wrap up the podcast, I have three quick questions that I ask all my guests. They're just like super fast questions that I call the Get Ready
Okay.
Hot Take Trio. The
Okay.
first one is, what money myth are you trying to break?
What money myth that I would like to break? Okay. Okay. I have several, but the one that is most important is um um money is not everything. Hello, money is everything, Whether you heard about that, right? Money not everything. But for me, to be honest, money is everything. It's regardless whether you want to um you live for afterlife also. Yeah, as a Muslim, we believe in afterlife. Still, you need money for that. You want to keep healthy, still need money. So whatever you do here, money is everything, to be honest. Whether it's in moderation or excessive, that's another part. So that is one of the myths that I think uh I would love to change. Money is everything. It's how much money that you have and how much money you spend with money that you have. That's it. Is something that is okay. It's something different. So that's one of the myths that I want to change. Money is not everything. Say, yeah, for me, money is everything. Another one, if you don't mind me sharing, I would say like
Go
savings
for
is
it.
for rich people only. That was something that you need to change. Savings is for rich people only. No. All right, savings is for everybody, regardless you earn 1,000 ringgit or you earn 10,000 ringgit per month. All right. So it's still saving is for everybody. Savings is not just for rich people, or investing is not only for rich people. No. All right. Everybody need to save, need to invest only on the what kind of capacity. Then that is different. So I think that's two things. I know you asked for one, but I give you two.
Hey, it's a bonus. They're great things. And I think the point that you make that people do miss is that money is tied into everything. Is
Yeah.
like you said, it's like, well, it does have something to do with health or the afterlife or whatever. Is that, yeah, it may not run it, but it's tied in and we can't ignore it. So
So
let's get out the time machine, Lalua. If you could go
yeah.
back in time, knowing
Okay.
what you know now about money, what would you tell your younger self?
Of course, I think it's cliche. I would say that I should know and I can save earlier, you know, because now when you are almost 50, I'm 2 years shy of 50. Uh, I would say I don't have my retirement savings that much. So yeah, yeah. If I know because okay, the problem is we know already, save early. That one 30 years ago we already heard, right? Save early, but we are ignorance. We think that will be can put off, right? Now when you are almost 50, like I am, now I know that oh, I'm catching up something that impossible, but I still try to save and invest a little bit nowadays. But the true point is save, even though it's 10 ringgit, or even because now I think investment also there's well, being a lecturer in fintech, I say nowadays there's a lots of investment that require just small portion every week or every month, like 10 ringgit, which is $2, right? Is what we call a few like digital investment, like robo advisor, even mutual fund nowadays. You can save in a very little or low, a little money. So I think if I wish I can tell myself Lalua 20 years ago is to start savings. Uh, Now I think for the last 5 years I start extensively saving is still not enough. But I'm actually I'm okay. I mean we need to make peace, financial peace. We need to make peace of what we have. That's another things that I think um what age have taught me. So yeah, even though I have not that when people say, "Oh, you can be like this," I'm not rich. I say I'm not, but actually I don't have much, but I have enough, something like that. So you need to make peace with yourself. So yeah,
I
savings
love
is important, guys.
well, I absolutely love that. We need to make financial peace with what we have. That is just fantastic because I think that that really goes to the heart of it is you are where you are. And while it would
Yeah.
be great to turn
Don't
back
make
time,
comparison, Tony. I think one of the problem is people like to compare, you know. So
yeah,
why he can get this with that salary, why I cannot get? Because people don't know your background, people don't know what you are actually, what is in your baggage, you know. So don't make comparison. That's another thing that I learned. Don't make comparison with anyone. Everybody have their own story.
yeah, no, I love that because sometimes, especially with social media, you see, pictures of people on these fancy vacations and things, and it's like, okay, well, they got to be paying for it somehow. It's the stuff's not free, so maybe they're doing it at the expense of their retirement or whatever.
Yeah.
So the final question I have for you is, what is your number one tip for changing the way we think about money?
Oh, wow. Wow. I think I already answered. Make peace of what you have. Because if
I
you
love
think
it. We
that,
can say it again.
yeah, I think you make, because um, I've gone through a quite worldwide kind of thing, you know. And then I think you need to make peace of what you are now and make peace of what you have. And then don't get anxiety of things that you don't have, you know, things that you cannot control. So, another thing that people keep say, oh, my famous quote when I appear in national TV or national radio is keep calm. When problem arise, when festival arrive, keep calm first. You know, everybody are so like, oh, I don't have enough for the Eid or the Christmas or the school holiday. Keep calm, all right? Because I think you don't, like I said, don't make comparison. You are you, you have your own capacity and capability. Don't, keep calm, open a paper, take a pen and plan again, you know, because that is always the thing that I think you, it is okay to have so many reset, replan, redo. It's okay. Let people say, oh, this girl have so many re. It's okay. It's not them who live in your life. It's you. It's okay to replan, redo, reset again, and stay calm. And I think, yeah, you need to make peace. You need to make peace with what you have. Only you can control you. You cannot control something that you cannot control. So make peace of what you have. Always keep doing the planning. Replan as how many millions time. It's okay because it's yours. It's your life. It's your money. It's your, you can control. No one can control you. So control things that you can control. So there's a little bit of how I think about money because I don't have much. All right. Tony, people say, oh, money queen, she must be rich. No, that is myth. All right. Money queen is not rich. It's just I love to talk about money with you from my own experience. Then I would say I make peace with the money what I have because I always make plan at least for the next 3 months. If I don't have enough, I know that at least I have something to offer on my plate. And for me, I'm a wanderlust. I'm a traveler, so I spend a lot on traveling. So that is me. People say, "Oh, why are you wasting with traveling?" I'm I For me traveling is not hobby, it's something that I, for my own mental, you know, peace and whatsoever. So I work for my travel, I work for my food and travel. So everybody have their own priority list, so stick with that. Make peace with your have. I say, oh, this girl have don't have money because she travel a lot. I'm okay with that because that is what I want. Yeah. So make peace with what you want. The financial peace is important. You do you. That's what I always say to people. Yeah. Don't let people validate you otherwise. So that is for me. It's number the top. Okay, the top tips that you need to have when you look at the money, that this money is being good to you. Yeah. So yeah. So that's a little bit. I can go on and on, Tony, but for me, it's just make peace with what how much you have. That's it.
I love it. And I think what's especially important is a takeaway to do what you want to do with your money. Is
Yeah.
travel is important to you, so you travel. Is there so many people who, I don't know if it's popular in Malaysia, but there's this movement called the FIRE community in the US, financial independence, retire early, and people save all
Yeah.
this money, but they don't live their lives. And then they regret
Yeah.
it, later on. So that's fantastic advice. So Lalua, where can
Oh,
people learn more?
another one,
Oh,
Tony, if you don't mind, give me, yeah,
go for
just
it.
a
Go
tidbit.
for it.
Because when we talk about generational and cultural differences, I think it's they say for the Western people, they more focus on themselves, what they want,
Mhm.
right? But in East people, they are focusing about the people around them. They are worried about their kids' future, kid education. Yes, you do think about that, but for me, it's important to put you in priority. Yeah, prioritize yourself first, right? You don't want to live in the regret the whole life. So you can concern about other people, your beloved one, but please put yourself first. That's another thing that I see the culture might be not that crucial in West, because in the literature they say West people, they are concerned about themselves first, right? I don't know how true is true, Tony, but that is in the literature. But in East, they are concerned about everybody, you know, auntie, uncle, niece, nephew. So they concerned about other people first. For me, it's okay to do that, but always put yourself first. Prioritize yourself first. Fulfill your need first. All right. Then you can take care of other people. So yeah, sorry for adding that, because I think that's a crucial point.
No, I love that. And, I mean, if you think about it, like when you go on an airplane, they say put your air mask on first before you help somebody, is because you have to
Okay.
get yourself squared away before you can be of much use to other people. So I love that advice. So, where can people learn more about you? Tune into the Money Talk podcast and just check out what you're up to.
Okay. As I said earlier, my name is one and only. You can Google me in Lalua Rahsiad. Nevertheless, you can also search Lalua Rahsiad in LinkedIn. There's only one account in LinkedIn. Dr. Lalua Rahsiad in IG. So you can also watch my Money Talk podcast season 1 in Spotify and also in YouTube, Dr. Lalua Rahsiad. So both have video. Spotify have both video cast, video cast and also a podcast. So yeah, a little bit about me. But you can Google me. I am in all the social media there in the world. X, Thread, Facebook, Lemon Tree. So I'm on TikTok, of course. Nevertheless, even though um, I'm not that active in TikTok, but yeah, I watch people in TikTok. Yes, all the social media. Just Lalua Rahsiad or Dr. Lalua Rahsiad. I think you won't miss me. There's only one Lalua Rahsiad for now. For now,
Fantastic. So, for everybody watching and listening, if you do have access to the show notes, there will be links to Lalua's website and to all of her profiles and
Oh
to
yeah,
check out the
website. Yeah,
podcast.
my my
So,
my website.
yep. So, thank you very much, Lalua, for coming on the podcast and sharing your journey and insights.
This is like my meditation. Yeah, I always like to talk to people. This is a meditation time for me. Thank you, Tony, for inviting. This is totally refreshing for me to start 2026. Thank you again, Tony.
Oh,
Thank you
you're
so much.
welcome. There's been some
I don't have
fantastic.
my online podcast yet. Maybe in the future, so I can invite you in mine. Oh, you can come to Malaysia
Um,
and join my podcast.
No plans to come to Malaysia, but I do know people around the world, maybe one of these days. My wife wants to travel, so
Yes, put Malaysia in the list.
I will. And thank you, everyone, as always, for tuning into this episode of Get Ready Before Life Happens. If you learned something today to change the way you think about money, please be sure to subscribe and to tell a friend. You can also go to my website at tonystewart.com to join the Get Ready movement and receive my newsletter and access to a whole bunch of free resources. Until next time, let's change the way we think about money.